for pre-need funerals, burials, and cremation since 1975. Curtis and Son Funeral Home, Sylacauga, Childersburg. In obituary news this morning, Maxine Parrish died at the age of 88 on May 19th. And Ms. Maxine was a member of the First Assembly of God Church in Sylacauga, where she taught Sunday school for many, many years. And she passed away on May the 19th. Online condolences at curtisondsonfh.com. Curtis and Son Funeral Home, North Chapel, in charge of the arrangement. There will be a private graveside service for Miss Maxine this weekend. Funeral service for Mrs. Leola R. Graham will be 11 o'clock Friday at Wright's Funeral Home Chapel in Alexander City. Visitation will be today from 4 until 6 at the funeral home, and there'll be a visitation or the interment following the service tomorrow in Alexander City Cemetery. Wright's Funeral Home, Alexander City, in charge of the arrangements. Funeral service for Carl Wayne Williams, age 68, of Childersburg, is Saturday at 11 from Vincent Revival Center. Brother Don Graves and Brother Danny Corson officiating. Burial in the Alabama National Cemetery in Montevallo at a later date. Mr. Williams died Monday, May 18th at his residence. Visitation Friday, 5 till 8 at the funeral home. In lieu of flowers, you may make donations to the Williams family. Memorial messages can be sent to the family at raddysmith.com. Raddy Smith Funeral Home directing. Graveside service for James Thomas Tommy Ward, age 79, of Goodwater, will be today at 2 o'clock at Mount Olive Cemetery with Brother Wayne Walker officiating. Mr. Ward passed away May 19th at Russell Medical Center. He was a graduate of Goodwater High School. The station is today noon until 2 o'clock at Mount Olive Church in Goodwater. Memorial messages may be sent to the family at raddysmith.com. Mr. Ward was a member of Mount Olive First Baptist Church of Goodwater, where he served as deacon for many years. Raddy Smith Funeral Home, Sylacauga, directing. Visitation for C.D. Welch, age 76, of Sylacauga, is today at 1 o'clock from 1 until 3 at Raddy Smith. A service and burial will be at Dial Murray Funeral Home in South Carolina. Mr. Welch died May 19th. Memorial messages can be sent to the family at raddysmith.com. Raddy Smith Funeral Home directing. Mrs. Susan Campbell Green, age 79, died May 19th at her residence. She was a co-owner and co-operator of Napa Auto Parts stores and Sylacauga Parts Company for 4 decades. She worked in all areas of that business. She was a graduate of Sylacauga High School. Visitation for Ms. Green will be Friday from noon until 2 at the funeral home. And then funeral service will follow at 2 o'clock at Raddy Smith Funeral Home with Reverend Charles Sims officiating. Burial in the Marble City Cemetery. In lieu of flowers, the family request donation be made to the Marble City Cemetery Perpetual Care Fund, P.O. Box 2362, Sylacauga 35150. Memorial messages can be sent to the family at raddysmith.com. Raddy Smith Funeral Home directing. Memorial service for Michelle Gibbs Mazel, age 36, of Sylacauga, is Monday at 11 o'clock from the chapel of Raddy Smith Funeral Home. Ms. Mazel died May 17th at her residence. Visitation Monday from 10 until 11 at the funeral home. Memorial messages may be sent to the family at raddysmith.com. Raddy Smith Funeral Home directing. Celebration of life for Mr. John William Bubba White, age 70, is today from Evergreen Cemetery at noon. Dr. Emmanuel Smith III officiating. Online condolences at communityfuneralhome.org. Community Funeral Home directing. Alice Elaine Harris, age 72, died May 18th. Graveside service today at 2:30 from Providence Baptist Church Cemetery with Jeff Duncan officiating. The family will receive friends at Ursery Funeral Home today from noon until 1:30 prior to the service. Ms. Harris was a member of the Providence Baptist Church. Ursery Funeral Home, Talladega directing. Graveside service for Cornisha Burton, age 28, is noon Friday at Mount Zion CME Cemetery. Visitation is today from 3 until 7 at the funeral home. Terry's Metropolitan Mortuary directing. Funeral service for Lucinda A. Embry, age 49, will be Friday at noon from Anniston Funeral Home Service Chapel with burial in the Pine Grove Baptist Church Cemetery. Aniston Funeral Home directing. Graveside service for Mr. Winford Nelson Tapley, age 75, of Alexander City, is today at 2 o'clock from Garden of Love Cemetery. The Reverend Benny Lee Yates, along with the Reverend David Moore, officiating, and Radley Funeral Home directing that service. That is a look at obituaries this morning, brought to you by Curtis & Son Funeral Home, the North Chapel on Highway 21 in Sylacauga, and the Childersburg Chapel on Highway 280 in Childersburg. For pre-need funerals, burials, and cremation since 1975. Curtis & Son Funeral Home, Sylacauga, Childersburg.